Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here in Chicago at the Abercrombie & Kent 100. It's really every 2 years they gather the best-selling agents, travel advisors here, and celebrate their sales, and also tell us all about what's going on with A&K. And this year, it's just overload. There's so much going on. And so we decided to talk to Stephanie Schmude, who's the Senior Vice President, Global Product Strategy, who we've talked to before. She was giving a lot of presentations about all the incredible products that A&K has going for it. And you're going to find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Stephanie, great to see you again here. It's been too long before we had an interview a couple of years ago back at this event. And boy, how things have changed and how things have grown. You're coming off of one of the best years ever for A&K, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's great to see you, James. Always great to speak with you. We're coming off really record-breaking years, the last 2 years for A&K. So, and then as we look ahead in 2024 and 2025, it's a time of rapid expansion and rapid investment into the business. So I think everybody's feeling energized and inspired and ready to go.
So Stephanie, you had a great year in 23. It's turning out a great year in 24, and you're already devising new products and things going on in 25. So let's talk about what's new for 2025 for Abercrombie & Kent.
Yes, so the goal for 25 was really to simplify the product offerings and then also to innovate. So rather than having various categories of small group journeys, we've decided just to have one global set of small group journeys with the same standards worldwide. And that just provides consistency for our guests on the ground. So we're headed to 11 brand new destinations. So we're launching a trip in Borneo focused on wildlife experiences in the rainforest and in the jungle, meeting with a local expert to learn about orphaned orangutans, how they're taken care of and taught how to live in the wild
That's
again.
Pretty amazing. That's a great
That's one I'm dying to take myself. Yeah. We are launching a new standalone journey in Madagascar, and in true A&K fashion, we're going to be flying around all of the destinations via private charter jet, maximizing our guests' time in nature. We're also launching a new Wings Over the World journey called Wings Over Asia's Iconic Capitals. So we'll start in China, where we'll visit the Great Wall, the Forbidden City, and then fly to Xi'an to see the Terracotta Warriors. We'll go to Cambodia, visit the massive Angkor complex. And then we'll end at Borobudur and Java. And all of this will be in less than 2 weeks, thanks to the convenience of private charter air. We have a new standalone journey to New Zealand, which is something that our guests have asked for a couple.
Amazing. I didn't think you would have had that before, but you got this now. And I was just in New Zealand last year. It's an amazing country, and I'm so glad you're getting there with this new journey.
I am too. We've always had a combination program between Australia and New Zealand, but I think New Zealand is really, not that it's coming on the map more, but I think more and more people want to go and spend extended amounts of time in the country. So it's an 11-day journey focused on the North and South Islands. We're going to have private visits with members of the iconic All Blacks rugby team, private visits to Hobbiton, dinners in private homes, also at iconic vineyards, Milford Sound, whale watching. So I think really something for everybody on that trip.
No, it's amazing. And now, I always thought, Abercrombie & Kent went to you've always gone to 7 continents, but boy, there's still some destinations and ways to see existing destinations that you're coming out with as well, right?
There is. So, we've been in Peru for a long time now, offering different kind of journeys, but for the first time in 2025, we're going to be exploring the Amazon via our very own riverboat, which will launch in April 2025. So also in Egypt, this has been announced that we're looking and building a new Nile riverboat. So
I think you were just there, right?
I was just there. I was just in Jordan and Egypt. I got home about a week ago. So that was a personal trip for me. It's my 3rd visit to both countries, but I really wanted to go and just see how the destinations felt now. And they're as safe and open as ever. The air of hospitality never leaves. So I would encourage anybody to visit now, because you basically have all of the iconic monuments to yourself.
Well, you have your division, your sanctuary division has the boats on the Nile, and it's an amazing cruise. I haven't done it for a long time. It was one of my first cruises ever was on the Nile, but that I want to tell you how long, about 30 years ago. I haven't been back since. I want to go. One of these days I'll get there. But so you got these wonderful places, and you talked about the Amazon, Peru, amazing things. Now, what is changing in terms of how are you evolving to meet the different needs of clients today? Are there different needs?
I think there are different needs. I think that, people want to slow down while they're traveling. I think they want to get beyond the icons. So they want to see, the pyramids, but they also want to meet and interact with locals. We are finding that our guests want more active experiences. So they don't want a passive experience. They actually want to get in and go hiking or go kayaking and feel like they're becoming part of the destination. We're also looking at some new culinary journeys.
Food is always big, right?
Food is always big. So it's about learning about the destination through its food. So whether that's at a Michelin star restaurant or sometimes even my favorites are the local dives where you're sitting on the street in plastic picnic chairs and it's some of the best food you could ever have. So we're launching a journey in Vietnam, and then we'll have additional journeys coming out in Italy, France, China, Japan, India. So
you can eat your way through the world, basically, like that. And you're also catering to obviously you have solo travelers now going, families, and things like that. So you're really kind of a lot of different groups you have to cater to, right?
We do. We have a lot of variety of styles of travel, a lot of variety of clients that we have to cater to, both on the small group journey side, but definitely on the tailor-made side of the business. So we're really taking a fresh look at all of our offerings, and we're making sure that we have experiences that cater to our existing clientele, but also experiences that will cater to the A&K clientele of the future. And I think, a perfect example of that is our, we've brought Eco Ventura.
You just bought that company, and they're now part of A&K Group, so that's great.
Exactly. So in the Galapagos, so we're relaunching Galapagos under Luxury Expedition on those ships, maximum of 20 guests. I think Galapagos is one of the best family destinations out there, so we're excited to dive in, so to speak, and get that off the ground.
Now, are there any new destinations that you really are excited about for both this year and next year?
I'm really excited about Madagascar. I'm excited about Borneo, Sri Lanka. I think
Sri Lanka is amazing.
Sri Lanka is amazing. And I think as more and more of your clients are looking to do something different and are looking to visit, it's a small country, but it has such a variety of experiences to offer. So I think it's about just trying to get to places that aren't so overrun with tourists right now. And that's a perfect option.
Off the beaten path and new places. And a lot of your customers have been a lot of places, so they're expecting even more from you. It's kind of been demanding. I just took you here. Where else can I take you? Right?
It keeps me up at night sometimes. I have to be honest. But I think the good thing is you can always, there's destinations that you can always go back to multiple times. Like I said, this was my third visit to Jordan. I did 5 additional hikes in Petra I had never done before. So there's always something new to discover.
Absolutely. Now, one of the things about Abercrombie & Kent is that you have all your DMCs, and you're getting more, right?
We're getting more. So we've opened offices in Colombia and Costa Rica. We've opened offices in Saudi Arabia. So really, the expansion is the term I would use right now for A&K. And it's the perfect opportunity from a product perspective, because then I know that I'm going to get that A&K service that your clients expect and I expect. And so it's really just a super energizing time to work for the company.
And actually, I heard here the news was that you're getting one in Mexico and one in Costa Rica, I believe.
We are, yes. So we've opened one in Costa Rica. We are getting a DMC in Mexico, which will be operated by a longtime A&K employee. I'm not allowed to share that information yet. But we will also begin, we will have a seaside property. We're going to be looking at a circuit in Mexico. We think this is going to be a great option for U.S. clients. I have had the amazing opportunity to visit all of the places that we were looking at in Mexico about a year ago. So I know what to expect. I know what's coming, and I think your clients are going to love it.
Absolutely. Now, is there any product, any destination that specific A&K products that you have sort of we gotta grow this, we gotta expand for 2025 because there's a lot of demand for it?
I think, I fully expect that Egypt will come back. I expect that Jordan will come back. Certainly Antarctica is a place that continues to have demand. Africa, and then Latin America. So we're seeing a lot of re-interest in Latin America again, and really all over from Costa Rica down to Patagonia. So I think that's really refreshing to see.
Yeah, one of the things I get all your releases, and I hear you got really two kind of private air products. One is called the private jet journeys, and then your Wings Over the World. What's the difference between those two?
Sure. So private jet, we actually charter Iceland Air. So it's a 757 with 50 fully lie flat seats. It's a maximum of 48 guests, and I would say on average you're traveling for about 26 to 27 days. Wings Over the World journeys I describe as our luxury small group journey, but plus. So these are journeys where we're chartering more like a Gulfstream size aircraft. We're connecting destinations typically not connected via commercial air, and those trips are around 2 weeks in length.
So there is a difference between the two, and some of these things actually Jeffrey hosts one or two of them as well. It's amazing. We talked about it earlier, and he's very enthusiastic about these things. It's great.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's the ultimate travel pioneer, and I think the trips that he designs with Ann Epting are just absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, and one thing I asked you at the press conference earlier was the synergies are really coming around between the Crystal Cruises and A&K, right?
Yes, absolutely. So I think that was one of the things that we were most excited when we welcomed the Crystal brand into the A&K Travel Group family. It's the opportunity to elevate ShoreX to a whole other level. So working with our DMCs around the world to bring their expertise at designing and delivering exceptional experiences to Crystal Cruises.
Absolutely, and there are going to be some very special experiences you're going to be able to have. Now, anything else you want to tell our 125,000 travel advisors out there? We got 100 great ones here, but anything else you want to say to them about Abercrombie & Kent today and what the future holds?
Yeah, I just think that the future is really exciting. You can feel the energy in the room. It's always great to have our team around the world in one space. But more than anything, just thank you for your continued support. We're always here if you need us. Happy to answer any questions you have, and thank you.
And where can travel advisors go to get more information about what's going on? I mean, I've been sitting here for all day long, kind of like, oh my God, what else do you have? I mean, they're just you're coming and adding so many new products and expanding to so many new destinations that it is a bit overwhelming. And I think for the travel advisors as well, they want to get their arms around what you offer.
Absolutely. So I think the great thing is that we have regional sales directors in every territory, and so I think most of our travel advisors have a specific person that they can contact with questions. We have our small group journey preview brochure that will be in homes in the coming days, and we will have our big small group journey brochure available in June.
And there's always AbercrombieandKent.com.
AbercrombieandKent.com, absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, Stephanie, great to see you here. It's been a great event. I'm happy I made it here. Always great to hear all the different things you're doing. And now I was curious because I was at the christening of the Crystal ship last year, rechristening, and I'm very curious to how everything was going to meld together. But I think it's coming along pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's a phenomenal product. I've been on board twice. I love it. So I'm excited to see just this synergy between Crystal and A&K come further together.
Fantastic. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.